An 18-year-old from Texas who accused 3 masked black men of raping her has now come forward and confessed that she made the whole thing up. Now, this is 18-year-old Breana Talbott from Denison, Texas, and this all occurred after she stumbled into a church with cuts and bruises. Let me give you more details on that. She was reported missing on March 8th by her then fiance, who told police he found her car in the parking lot of her apartment complex with the driver door open and her phone, keys, and a single shoe nearby. Hours later, she stumbled into a local church half naked and covered in cuts. She apparently told witnesses at the church that she had been kidnapped and sexually assaulted in the woods behind the church. There were also visible cuts and or scratches on her body. Well, she not only made the whole thing up, the injuries that she had were self-inflicted. So I don't know what her motive was or why she would make this up, but it's so incredibly damaging on so many different levels. Not only is the community scared because they think that there are 3 men on the loose who are, raping people, but it also, continues to perpetuate stereotypes about the black community, and it also leads to people just completely denying or being skeptical of individuals who come forward and say that they've been raped or sexually assaulted. So she's a terrible person, and she is facing charges as a result of falsifying these reports.
Breana really didn't want to marry her fiance. She came back with the stories, but you know what? This is something that has been historically a culture of white women who accuse black men and get black men in trouble, like the woman that accused Emmett Till, who just admitted years and years and years later. But even when you think about the Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, that the reason why it was taken down, it was because a woman said she was assaulted by a black man. And this has been something that has been, black men have been targeted by this narrative and this false narrative for many years. And I'm not saying that some black men don't rape and don't abuse and don't do, but this has been something that has been handed down from generation to generation of white women accusing black men falsely and black men paying the price. And it is disgusting that black men are being targeted from all directions. You got the homeless man getting killed, you got this girl, you got the prison, the school to prison system. We have a shortage of black men. This is something that those of us who are the mothers of black men, this is what keeps us up at night. My son goes out with a white girl, and I have to say, be careful if you get pulled over by the cops. You cannot be aggressive. This is the kind of stuff that is disgusting, and it is tiring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's amazing how powerful the media is and how long of an effect it has. Yeah. Because Birth of a Nation, the first feature-length film, had a white guy in blackface kidnapping white women. Yeah. And so they told people, hey, be afraid of the black guy. He's gonna kidnap and rape your women. And by the way, the KKK didn't do cross burnings until they saw it in the movie. And then they're like, oh, that's cool, let's do that. Right. You see, and then that's why when people say, oh, history doesn't matter, why are you guys still harping on it? Because that history rains down on us through the generations. And all the way down to Denison, Texas, where this girl, when she thinks, what story am I gonna make up? I'm gonna make up the oldest story in American history, which is 3 black guys came and gang raped me and took me, and I'm gonna go to the core of what my community is scared of, right? Because they've been taught to be scared of it, and I'm gonna get sympathy or whatever else she thought she was gonna get. But I wanna give a huge credit to the authorities here. Yeah. Okay, so cops, credit where credit is due. They're like, wait, 3 guys in ski masks that you conveniently couldn't identify. Right. And
also kidnapped her in a big black SUV that no one saw as well.
Yes.
A lot of information.
They knew that the story was fishy from the beginning, and we have to applaud them for doing a proper investigation and figuring out what the truth is.
And a lot of times in the past, is that they would have given into the hysteria. But now the good news about some of what has happened today is that they didn't give into the hysteria. So there's been some progress, and they're like, not buying it. And they went to go corroborate the things that she was saying, and nothing could be corroborated. And then she's like, okay, fine, I made it up.
So again, it perpetuates, these stereotypes about different communities, and some people will never know what the truth is. So incredibly damaging.
You're right, Anna, and I want to go back to your first point because of the double whammy here. It's not just about race. 98% of reported rapes are real. 2% are proven to be false, like this one. But when you have a situation like this, when she does such an outrageously false accusation of rape, then it taints the other 98% that are actually true. So she's done damage to women, to blacks, etc. And a lot of people are going to see some version of this headline. Some are going to see the part where, oh, the 3 black thugs did this. They're never going to see the correction. And other people are going to see the final result and go, you see that? When they say rape, it's a lot of times not rape. And it's going to get disproportionate coverage. So once you set that in motion, even if you at some point admit it, you can't undo the damage that you've done.
Podcast The Young Turks anytime you want. TYTnetwork.com/join.
I think it's weird.
No, it's not weird. In fact, you'll think,
I'm like a smart person.
do it now. TYTnetwork.com/join.